Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Now we have corporations that are buying Bitcoin with a major event coming up on Monday. Now this could drive the price of Bitcoin up substantially. This could be a massive buy worth over $700 million. And so I'm also going to be talking about price predictions for Bitcoin as well from a well-known financial firm. And so if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future videos. And so let's go ahead and jump right into the video here. First off, I would like to talk about Weeks. This is an exchange that has a airdrop for WXT token. And just by signing up, you can earn 500 WXT tokens, which could be worth around $50 when the token does launch and it is airdropped. And so you can also earn more WXT by trading on the platform as well. And so definitely make sure to check that link out underneath the video. Just by signing up using an email, there is no KYC required. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the news here on Monday. We have MicroStrategy, that is one of the largest holders of Bitcoin. From a corporation standpoint, we can see that they announced price of offering of the convertible senior notes. And so we can see here that MicroStrategy announced the price of its offering of $700 million at a rate of 2.25% of convertible senior notes. And so this is a very good rate here, 2.25% of debt that they're going to be taking to buy $700 million of Bitcoin. And so we can see the offering was upsized from previously announced offering of $500 million. And we can see that the offering is expected to close on June 17th, which is Monday. And in the past, when they have done these offerings, they have bought Bitcoin shortly after that. And so if this goes ahead and closes on Monday, they could be purchasing up to $700 million of Bitcoin on Monday or Tuesday next week. And so this is something to be paying attention to. Let's take a look at MicroStrategy's current holdings here, $5.3 billion. And so if they bought $700 million, they'd be holding $6 billion of Bitcoin. Now, Michael Saylor has been continuing to buy Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and take a look at the distribution of Bitcoin. There's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin that will ever exist. And so we can see here that 6.6% of the Bitcoin is yet to be mined, and that's going to happen over the next 30 to 40 years with the halving of Bitcoin. We also have Satoshi holding 5%, miners accounting for 3.4% of the total Bitcoin out there. There is lost Bitcoin, right? People that sent it to the wrong wallet, that has been stolen, has been taken away, right? And there's approximately 18% of Bitcoin that has been lost. There's no way to get this back. It is gone, right? As I mentioned, there's only going to be 21 million Bitcoin. There's no way to turn on the money printer and create more Bitcoin. Once it is all mined, that's all that's ever going to exist. And so we can see here that corporations now own 3.6%. Michael Saylor owns 1% of the 3.6% of corporations. We have the Bitcoin ETF accounting for roughly 4% of the total supply of Bitcoin. Now, individuals hold 57% of total Bitcoin. Now, this is going to continue to change here. I expect individual holdings to continue to decrease, and the Bitcoin ETF and corporations will continue to increase as they hold more and more Bitcoin. And the reason for that is there is an accounting rule change in late 2024 that is going to benefit businesses holding Bitcoin. And so we can see under the current accounting regime, firms such as Tesla and Block that hold Bitcoin must report a loss in earnings reports if the digital asset drops in value during a given time. At the same time, they can't record a profit if the price goes up. In practice, this means that a company that bought Bitcoin at $25,000 and saw it dip to $20,000 must maintain the lower value on its balance sheet, even if the price soars to $40,000 right after. Right? And so this is really odd, right? I mean, I'm glad this is changing. This is going to benefit a lot of corporations. Obviously, no one wants to hold Bitcoin since it is so volatile. If the price drops down to $20,000, that is what they have to record on their balance sheet. And from an accounting perspective, this does not look good. However, that is going to be changing at the end of the year. And that is why I think we're starting to see more and more corporations looking into buying Bitcoin, right? We've had a few different announcements over the last week that there is corporations buying millions of dollars of Bitcoin. And so these new rules are going to begin December 15th, 2024. And so this is going to be very bullish for the cryptocurrency market as corporations want a piece of their pie. And so the FASB announcement also may encourage other corporations to include crypto as part of their corporate treasuries, since the ability to record it at fair market value will eliminate a significant impediment to holding it. And so this upgrade to accounting standards will facilitate the adoption of Bitcoin as treasury reserve asset by corporations worldwide. And so I think MicroStrategy understands this, right? This is going to be very bullish for a lot of different corporations. If we look at the current holdings for corporations today, right, we have MicroStrategy, the biggest corporation, going to be holding $6 billion of Bitcoin here shortly when they purchase $700 million next week. We also have Tesla here holding $785 million of Bitcoin. We have CleanSpark, a miner, 422 million. So we're going to see more and more corporations start holding Bitcoin with the accounting change coming towards the end of the year. And so let's go ahead and take a look at price predictions from Bernstein Analyst here. They have raised their price target at $200,000 by the end of 2025. Now, what are they looking, if they're looking further out here? We're talking $200,000. As we can see here, we're just finishing up the accumulation phase. Right, we're going to be into that breakout phase where we're going to see the big move up. We can see in the past bull market here, this is where the big moves start happening, is the breakout phase and the hype phase. And so they are expecting the price to reach $200,000 by middle of 2025. Now, if they continue to go through these cycles, right, we'll see a drop here, we'll see some correction, then accumulation again, and then we're going to see that upside swing again. $500,000 is expected by 2029. And then we're talking $1 million by 2033. And so people holding one Bitcoin is not going to become affordable. Yes, right now it's $70,000 to hold one Bitcoin. However, in the future, no one's going to be able to afford one Bitcoin for $200,000, $500,000, or possibly $1 million. Right? And so Bitcoin is definitely going to outperform the stock market or mutual funds. Right? The general rule of thumb with investing is that doubling your money every 7 years. And so that is based on a 10% return from the stock market. Whereas according to this, over the next 7 to 8 years, we're going to see a return on Bitcoin of 1,400%. And so that's a 14x return on your money from current prices today, around $68,000, to $1 million Bitcoin. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to as more and more corporations get involved with buying Bitcoin, right? And people understand that Bitcoin is a rare asset. There's only 21 million that is ever going to exist, and everyone is going to want to have their holdings. And so let's go ahead and take a look here at the Bitcoin chart for comparison here. We can see the 2021 bull run down below here, and then we can see the current bull run. We have been consolidating over the last couple of months here after a big push up after the ETF news, right? From $30,000 to above $70,000. Now, if we look at this here back in 2021, right? We saw the same thing. We saw a big run up here. And then we consolidated, and then we did see a breakout to the upside. And so if I go ahead and copy that up here, we can see the same move potentially happen here. We can see a break to the upside, which would provide a price target around $100,000 towards the end of the year. And so this is definitely something to be paying attention to. And then according to Bernstein as well, they could be seeing a $200,000 Bitcoin by the end of next year. And so I think this is something that is very bullish for Bitcoin and the entire cryptocurrency market. I think altcoins will have very good returns as well, especially with the Ethereum ETF being approved before the end of summer. And so we heard that yesterday from Gary Gensler. And so the Ethereum ETF will go live by the end of the year. And I think many altcoins will have massive returns as more and more corporations are buying Bitcoin, and then institutions are also buying altcoins. I've shown in past videos proof that institutions are buying altcoins. They're interested. And so make sure you're picking altcoins that have utility and are going to provide benefits to the real world. And so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for future content. And make sure to check out that link underneath the video to Week's Exchange here, where you can get the airdrop of WXT. As I mentioned, just by signing up, you can earn 500 WXT tokens through the airdrop, which could be worth $50. And so thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.